Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for a special edition Thrive O'Clock. I'm the Mel of Rachelle and Mel, and we've been focusing on partners with ISTE as we count off the days. And the big day is almost here. And that's why I have my beads on and my sunglasses, because I've heard it's hot in the big easy. So I'm ready for the hot. Today we have people from Spaces. That's me, Otis for Educators, Smart, MadLearn, and QuiverVision. They're going to share a little bit about how you can find them at ISTE. And then we're also going to talk about funny stories and survival tips. And then we're going to have some fun with a ridiculous game about how much you really think you know about New Orleans. But there is a twist. And I have a little surprise. The first person who comes up to my booth and tells me they watch this broadcast gets this $25 American Express gift card. So it's worth watching, whether it's live or the replay. So, and before Rachelle, I know I'm going long and I apologize for this, but if you want to meet me at ISTE, and I hope you do, and if I don't recognize your face from our social media, please forgive me. That's my biggest fear, is that like we've been following each other for a long time and I'm not going to recognize you. I apologize. But I'm going to be spending most of my time at the Spaces booth, which is $15.49. But I also have a higher order thinking playground session on Monday. I have an ISTE Standards DEI and Me with Dr. Eileen Winokur and Victoria Thompson on Tuesday, an author signing on Wednesday at the Spaces booth at 1:00. And I'm also co-sponsoring, our Spaces is co-sponsoring a happy hour with today's guests, and I'm going to drop the link in just a second. And on Tuesday morning, I'm going to join Alice Keeler and Epic Games for Coffee EDU in the morning. So thank you for listening to all that stuff. Before we bring in our guest, Rachelle, I know your ISTE dance card is completely full, and
oh my gosh,
I'm just curious, how are we going to find you?
Well, I will be at the Spaces booth with you on Tuesday. And I love how thanks Melissa for joining in. And we'll see. First, Mel, you just make sure you don't forget that gift card in Alaska. Just want to throw that out there.
No, this 25 gift card, Melissa, if you come up to that booth, it's yours, baby.
Yep. So I will be pretty busy at ISTE, but I honestly wouldn't know anything different. Like, hey, there's my Professor Kovac. There he is, my mentor. It's just, he joined last night too. Huge impact in my life as an educator and a student. So thank you for joining in. But ISTE is, I thought this was going to be like my low-key year, because 2019 in Philly was like, because I like to do all the events,
Rachelle and low-key, come on.
It just didn't happen. So in Philly, I think I had 55, like appointment things, which could have been like a 10-minute coffee, like chit chat, whatever. And right now, the last time I counted, I have 63. So it's climbing, but it's okay. It's all good. I'm going to fit it all in. I'm going to be at the event on Monday night, as well as like the other 7 that are happening, which is fine. Like I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of friends and people who we haven't seen each other in years, or we've never met in person. I've never been to NOLA other than to sit in the airport. And I was like, it's not quite the same thing. So I'm looking forward to it and seeing you, of course, and everybody that's going to be there. So
yes. So make sure to find us at ISTE Live. We're so excited. And Melissa, this could be yours if you come to my booth, if you're the first one, or I might just favor you and give it to you. So that's wonderful. Rachelle, I'm just joking. I say inappropriate things all the time. That's my shtick. So I'm so glad that we're going to see each other in person, and we have made a pact to get a better photo taken than the one that we have that we use anyway. We have good photos.
Like it.
Yeah, not all of them are, all of the pictures we have are, hey, Mary.
Mom.
Yes, I agree. Oh my gosh, your mom was born.
No, my mom was not born at all. That's Melissa.
All right, Melissa's probably going to win the game. So I'm going to we're going to bring up guests. And they're going to share with you like who they are. They're all going to be at ISTE. So find them. They're all doing amazing things, free stuff out the wazoo. Our first guest is going to be Chrissy. Oh, you know what? I should have asked her how to spell or say her last name, Rebert Long. So I'm going to bring up Chrissy, and she is good. Oh, I said it right. Yay. So Chrissy, welcome to our show. Tell us all about you.
Yes. Hi, I'm Chrissy Rebert Long. I am the VP of Global Instructional Solutions with Tech. I came from the classroom. I was a previous 3rd grade teacher, and I have a master's in special ed. So my job at Tech now, I get to oversee our curriculum team, our training team, and our Otis, our online learning platform. And that's the name of our booth at ISTE. So look for this guy. He's going to be our logo. And the booth number is 2448. Otis is our online learning platform. And then I'm really hoping you guys are going to join us for some fun at the happy hour on Monday at the Ernst Cafe from 5:30 to 8:30. We have lots of entertainment, photo booths, and I think it's just going to be a ton of fun. So I hope you come and visit. Look for Otis. If you forget my name, ask for him.
And we have and if you want to find out more about tech, you can, here's the link. Yes. All right, Chrissy. And I will drop the link again to our happy hour. There's so many comments coming in. I love that everybody is watching. So wonderful.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm excited. This is like my 10th, maybe more years. I'm going to date myself, but yeah, I'm excited to see you, Sal.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh. So glad. Yes. All right. Our next guest, you might know her, is Miss Katie Novak. And Katie, tell us all about you.
Hey, thanks so much. Hey, everyone. Great to be here. Super excited to be back in person this year at ISTE. I am a global education strategist with Smart Technologies. Also do lots of writing, podcasting. And fun fact, I do some work with the other Katie Novak, who works in the UDL space. Fantastic human being. And hopefully we get to publish something together one day with both our same names. At ISTE, you can definitely find me at the Smart Technologies and Lumio booth. Lots of awesome activities going on there. We'll have bite-sized PD every hour, demos of some really cool technology. So lots happening there. You can also catch me in a couple sessions, and we'll be doing some podcast recording for the podcast that I have, the Ed Shift podcast. So definitely find us. We'll be recording with Monica Burns and a few other awesome people live at ISTE. So really looking forward to connecting with everyone, and we'll be hanging out at the Monday night party that Chrissy mentioned as well. Super stoked about that. Looking forward to connecting with everyone there. And of course, EdTech karaoke. That's going to be a don't miss on the Tuesday. So see you there too.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Katie. I apologize. Okay. Our next person, and I can't wait to meet you in real life. This is wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Our next guest is Alafia. Oh my gosh. I got nervous. Tell us all about you. Alafia. Yes.
Alafia.
Tell us all about you and this wonderful woman entrepreneur. I love it. Tell us all about MadLearn.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I am Alafia Master. I'm the founder and CEO of MadLearn. I'm very much a teacher turned entrepreneur, teacherpreneur, edupreneur in the house. And we are one of tech's awesome partners companies, and so excited to be co-hosting the happy hour on Monday evening. But I have been to ISTE not as a teacher. My very first ISTE was when I became and decided to leave the classroom and start a company. And it was about 10 years ago. So I've been going to ISTE like Chrissy for about 10 years. And I absolutely am so thrilled and excited to be with you all in New Orleans. I've been to NOLA several times, and I love the city. It's crazy in all kinds of good ways. Fun fact, I am actually dialing in from Napa Valley, California today. There's a winery here that I'm sitting in, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, but we have a global team and a virtual team, so we work from anywhere. And it's so good to be here today.
Yes. Oh my gosh. You will probably win the trivia about NOLA then. That is so great. And I'm jealous. Oh my gosh. Like, you are living the life.
It's just a precursor to what the New Orleans experience should be, which is lots of fun, lots of conversation, some alcohol.
Yeah. I love it. Yes, for sure. Wonderful. And our next guest is no stranger to our show, Miss Amanda Fox. Tell us all about you and where we can find you at ISTE.
Okay, so I'm Amanda Fox. I'm an educator turned author / publisher. I am the creative director of Meta Inc. Books, and we partner with QuiverVision, which QuiverVision is sponsoring the Happy Hour. So we're excited to be part of that with you guys. QuiverVision is an augmented reality education company. We have coloring pages that when kids color, their drawings are brought to life just as they've colored them. And we're excited to just release our augmented reality workbook series. So these are coming out. We've got journaling and handwriting. And at ISTE, I'm at a breakfast on Sunday, which Quiver and Meta Inc. is sponsoring. for Eileen Winokur. And Monday is the happy hour. Tuesday, I'm in the Canva booth. My dog's actually cheering me.
Very excited for you.
Yeah, and then I am at EdTech Karaoke. Wednesday, again, I'm in the Canva booth presenting on Stranger Virtual Classrooms. And the Canva classroom will be podcasting and doing live streams. So if you're not at ISTE, we've got stuff for you as well.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I feel like I totally botched all that up. And like Mel said, yes, there are so many guests. So I'm not used to like doing all of this, but it's so wonderful to have all of you ladies here. Education backgrounds, wonderful. So we are definitely a blessing to all of the ed tech platforms that we represent. And Mel says not at ISTE.
Aww.
Hey, yeah, we're sorry. I would have loved to meet you, Mel. The Mel and Mel should be together for sure.
You should. The Mel and Mel should do like a special show, is what I'm saying.
Yay.
Yes. Oh my gosh, so cool, Melissa. Look at Melissa's trying to get. She's winning.
I
She's
know.
Yeah, I discounted it on my
wonderful.
birthday to $19.84 because it's the best year ever.
That is a very good year.
Nice.
Very good year.
I remember
Wow,
that year.
1984. Okay, youngins in the house. All right.
You're all youngins in the house right now.
As are you. As are you. So the first thing I kind of wanted to pick your brain about is what are some funny ISTE? Maybe you are embarrassed. If you're watching, maybe you have a funny ISTE story or a conference story that is hilarious. Help us all feel better about ourselves by laughing at you. Please share something that will, that is funny. Who wants to go first? All right, Alethea, you go.
Okay, so this is my first ISTE. Now, keep in mind, I was 25 years old, and I had just left the classroom. I was working on starting a company. I had so much to prove, and I thought that nobody took me seriously because, in reality, 10 years ago, nobody took me seriously. And so I went to ISTE, and I said, I have to be my founder CEO look, right? And so I had a suit on, I had heels on, I was walking all around ISTE. Day one, in my heels, and day two, I said, I got to try it. My feet are killing me, but I have to do it. I have to do it. Chrissy, you can you're a different breed. But I have to do it, right? And by about 10 a.m. on the second day of ISTE, I literally, no joke, had my heels in my hands. I was walking around ISTE barefoot. Because I was like, I cannot do this. This is not happening. I don't know how to do this. It's not going to work. And so, yes, I was that random crazy person walking around barefoot because I could not deal with the pain. And since then, I realized that I will never wear heels to a conference again.
For sure. For sure. We could totally relate.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Chrissy?
I only wear heels. Alethea knows you'll never find me in flats. I'm so short. And they laughed because the one day I went to go to the conference and I didn't realize it was in one side of the building versus the other. And 3 miles later in my stilettos. And they were all laughing at me because I was like in a sweat and I was late and I was in these high heels and yeah, it was bad.
But you need the ISTE secret. Or the conference secret. You need the flat ballet flats, and you wear those, and you carry your shoes in your bag, and swap them out. Exactly. No matter where you go, school, work, conferences. Yep.
So
do you all wear heels?
I do like to wear heels,
mm-hmm.
but I haven't at school that often anymore because I'm so active and moving around the room that it's so noisy.
I only wear heels when I know they're going to come off really soon, if you know what I'm saying.
Have
but
this pair of 9 West heels, and they just fit my arc so perfectly that I have it in 10 different colors.
That's what
I'm like that too.
The same shoe, 10 colors.
I know exactly. I know we're going to talk about survival, but the shoe part of it for a survival tip is anything that fits your arch is actually going to. Mine's a flat. I tried tennis shoes at the first conference I went to, but it didn't work. If you're going to get your steps in, you're going to get them in at ISTE for sure. So,
yeah, that was totally going to be my survival tip. Bring good shoes and probably bring more than one pair so you can mix it up from one day to the next. So you don't have the same pressure points. Bring good shoes, and then wear your heels in the evening, right?
Yes, you got to look cute at ISTE. Does anybody else have some funny stories they want to share?
I can tell you. Go ahead.
Oh, so back before Apple Maps had the little spotlight that showed you like you were actually walking in the right direction. You used to have to walk to see where your dot was moving. Well, I thought I was going the right way to the conference center. This was back when ISTE was in Atlanta. And I got about 15 minutes in the wrong direction. So if you really want to get your steps in, you know, take the wrong way and then have to walk back 30 minutes. So
That's awful.
Yeah.
Terrible.
That and I ripped my pants going into my first presentation.
Oh no.
So that was awesome, trying to present and never turn around.
Oh my gosh.
That's terrible. We did a dinner and we had invited everybody, you know, to come, and you usually give the address and give like a landmark and say, look for this. Our landmark happened to be a crime scene. It was a terrible event, but and you had to go under the yellow tape to get into the restaurant we were at. So we were just like, just look for all the yellow tape and just, you can pass it through it. Yeah, it was so bad.
Oh no.
That one is really bad.
So it was a murder mystery dinner.
Yeah.
Just the theme. That'll save you.
Yeah, well, it made for good stories.
A couple years ago in San Antonio, we were doing a live stream and had, you know, a bunch of people set up on a couch, and I was behind the camera and, you know, holding my phone, and, you know, it was a lot of pressure. Everyone was mic'd up and, you know, okay, we're good. It's live. Like the Wi-Fi is always sketchy, right? It's like, we're good, we're live. And I'm standing there and I'm filming and I'm kind of looking like behind the couch where everyone's sitting, and I noticed that there's some commotion and there's smoke across the street from the convention center. And it didn't take me long after that to realize that our hotel was on fire. And I'm like inadvertently live streaming our hotel across the convention center being on fire. I'm like, what do I do? Like, do I stop the stream? Do I need to go get my stuff from the hotel? Like, what's happening?
Yes.
Watching the fire trucks pull up, watching them run into the building as there's smoke billowing out. And I'm just like, I'm just going to keep going. Everyone else on the stream is facing me, so they're oblivious to the whole situation. And it ended up okay. It was a kitchen fire. You know, everyone was okay in the end, but weirdest like live stream that I've ever been behind the camera for.
Did you say that was in San Antonio?
Yeah.
In 2017?
17, yeah.
I remember that. Actually.
That was
wow. That's crazy.
That is.
Well, my story isn't super funny, but it kind of is funny because in Philly, the last one, so I had a really very serious topic that I was presenting about, and I was really nervous, but of course, you know, talking with people, I had everybody move forward so we weren't spread out in the ballroom. And I just thought it was the coolest thing. We were all singing Lean on Me at the very end. I just said, I can't believe I did this. And I'm not sure if I would have the guts to do this again, but I was just like, if you want to, why don't you sing Lean on Me with me to close this out? And they did. Everybody joined in. And the whole room, we all sang Lean on Me. It was seriously amazing. And it's kind of funny because I don't know I don't know how I had the guts to do that, because honestly, I just don't know that I could do that at this point in my life. But it was a wonderful time. I love ISTE. The energy of ISTE is wonderful, but there are some things about ISTE that, you know, they like, if you're going to have an embarrassing moment, it's going to stick with you for a long time. Rachelle, before we move on, do you have a funny story?
I mean, not anything compared to what you all shared. So it's like, I mean, one time I forget what ISTE it was. I was just standing down in one of the playgrounds that was going on, or poster session areas. And somebody came over to me, like, you just have that sense that somebody's like looking at you, but you know, you're like, am I being paranoid? And they came up and they're like, wow, it's really you. And I was like, and I've been mistaken for people before. And I'm like, okay, like, it's you. I got to ask you, do you ever sleep? And I was like, what? And they went, you're like on Twitter all the time. Like, do you ever sleep? And I'm like, I do. And they go, but how? Because you're like tweeting at 2 a.m. And I'm like, I mean, sometimes I am up at 2 a.m, but you know, you schedule things. But I get asked that question all the time. Like that's like the number one thing. But then they bought me a coffee because they figured I probably needed it because I didn't sleep. But it's somebody that I then connected with, and we've been friends ever since. But it was somebody who was from like Europe. And I mean, I never, it was just funny that in that big space, they were like, "It's you." Like, do you ever sleep? Like,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I do. So
She gets like 4 hours every night in.
yeah, thank you, Netflix.
All right, now is the time. Survival. We talked about the shoes. Does anybody want to start with the shoes because it's very important? Anybody?
I think we
Shoes-
covered the
shoes are
shoes.
key. Yeah, shoes are key. Bring more than one pair, mix it up. I mean, and you can go barefoot if you need to, because others have led the way for us. So
That's right.
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Any other? And I've heard that it's, even though it's super hot right now, like it's going to be in the hundreds when we get there, the conference center is very, very cold. So bring a sweater if you run cold. I don't. I run hot.
I did hear from somebody there today that people were walking. Or somebody was just at a conference there, and they said that everybody they have never seen so many sweatshirts and sweaters tied around waists.
That would have come in handy.
You never know.
My pants.
Yeah, that would have.
Extra pants or layers. I'll say one survival tip. Sometimes at the end you break down the booths and you're waiting a little bit for those pallets to be brought out to you, and it can take sometimes a few hours. So bring a lot of extra bubble wrap. So to entertain ourselves, one time we all wrapped ourselves in the bubble wrap and we're pushing one another down the things, or we put it all up and like stacked it up, and then we're jumping off the chairs and trying to see if we could, how much we could pop. We were having so much fun with bubble wrap. We were there for hours. So bring things to entertain yourself when you're breaking down your booth and you're waiting for the pallets.
Good idea.
And there's a lot of waiting, I feel, at ISTE. There's a lot of waiting. If you can't find something fun, having fun and being in the moment, yes, is very important. Mm-hmm. Do you guys all plan your schedule, or do you go with the flow?
A little bit of
both.
So I can talk about that a little bit, actually. And this is one of my survival tips. So one of the things that I've realized is that, and we all know this, right? There's a bajillion things happening at any given moment at ISTE, and there's no way that you can be at any of them. And so I have sort of a rule of 5. If I have 5 things that are that I've planned or I've scheduled for that day, that's enough for me, because I want to leave room for serendipity. I want to leave room for that amazing person I met in the hallway, or that random person I sat next to at breakfast, or all of those things that happen in between. And ISTE's probably going to hate me for saying this, but I don't go to ISTE for the sessions. And that's not just because I'm a company. Really, from an educator perspective as well, the sessions are great, and that's what brings us together. It is the people that makes the event so awesome.
I will second that. I'm not going to any sessions while I'm there. I'm going to just be connecting with people and focusing on the human aspect, not necessarily the sessions. And then, gosh, this is the first in-person, and there's so many people that I want to reconnect with that, this is the time of year that I get to see them, like Rachelle. Like, we see each other at FETC and ISTE, and there are other people, Tech Rabbi, for example. I haven't seen him since, I think, Philly. So it's like a big old family reunion.
Mm-hmm.
But Pac-Man rule, leave a space for new family, because you're always meeting new people, and your circle gets bigger and bigger each year. So
I love that. And I want a 3rd and 4th and 5th that. At the first ISTE that I ever went to, I really tried hard to make all my schedule, but you do meet a lot of people, and you're going to see people that are there by themselves. The way that I met Alice Keeler in 2017, and this actually probably is the most embarrassing ISTE story. I was eating by myself at a Denny's, and she was eating with a group at Denny's, and everybody at Denny's had the name things on, right? So we all knew that we were from ISTE, and she was the only person that invited me. And all 3 days I was eating at Denny's because I had to eat cheap. I was on a budget. And she was the only person that asked me to join her. And then she said, "Well, do you know who I am?" And I was like, "No, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are." She said, "You don't know who I am?" And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. That was funny. That was a little embarrassing because as it turns out, a lot of people know who she is. But I love that. Meeting people is my favorite part of ISTE, and I think the energy is great. Melissa also shared a water bottle is great. Wearing minimal makeup. You don't have to wear makeup. I like wearing makeup, but I think there's a good thing about summer makeup too, you know. Yes, agreed. And some of the best sessions are definitely in the expo hall. I feel it more at home in the expo hall than anywhere else. Great tip, Melissa. Does anybody else want to add anything?
I would say from a sessions and taking things in perspective, make sure to bring something to take notes with. You know, whether you're going to sessions, whether you're just like, oh gosh, I just like connected with that person one-on-one and I want to remember that I told them I'd email that thing later. Bring, whether it's on your phone or a notebook or whatever your jam is, bring something to keep track of all of the stuff you took in. And then give yourself some time to like integrate and chill after and just, you know, absorb all of the connections, everything that you took in, you know, and then be able to focus back outward after the event.
I love that. And even I do this, and I don't know who I got this from, but I take a selfie with people. When we exchange numbers, I send the selfie because, you know, just the name won't always remember. If you meet 100 people and you want to stay connected, which I try to do. Yes. Awesome. Great tips. Anybody else?
I also, I make notes on business cards, kind of like the selfie thing. If I get a business card, I write like what was happening, what was talked about, and what they look like.
I love that.
Now I should just take a selfie with the card.
Here, we should all just take a selfie. Everybody smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I just took a selfie. I love selfies also. Selfies are like, I know, right? If anybody's going to catch me doing anything, it's going to be taking a selfie. All right. Are you guys ready to play a trivia game about all that you think you really know about New Orleans?
Nope. Let's do it.
Okay.
No, but okay.
I love it. I love it. Okay. And even if you're watching and you're not at ISTE, please play along with us. Okay. So I'm going to ask you all some questions I found on just on the internet or whatever. And I'm going to give you multiple choice. And whether you know the right answer or not, you're going to need to justify your answer with something. Okay. So it doesn't matter if you know the right answer or not. We won't know. Okay. And honestly, I don't think anybody really knows the answers to all this. Melissa might because she was born there. But other than that, I don't know. And there are no prizes, but I will be giving out cool points. Okay. All right. Like if you had a cool answer, whether it was right or wrong. Are you ready?
Yep.
Woo! All right. All right. First question. Which of the following bodies of water does not border New Orleans? Okay.
The Ohio River.
No. Okay. Wait. Oh, you know, you want me to give the choices?
I'm joking.
You don't want to give me the choices? All right. That's fine. Let's make it a little more dramatic. I'm not going to give you choices. Which bodies of water do not border New Orleans? Come up with something.
I'm Canadian, so any of the Great Lakes do not. Can confirm.
I'm going to say the Gulf of Mexico.
All right.
Mediterranean Sea.
Nice.
Justification.
It's nowhere near it.
Yeah, that is a good.
I guess. Is it? Because I always get the Atlantic and Pacific miss, you know. Okay, never mind. Not anymore as much. Anybody else know? Did everybody answer? Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. All right. Everybody wins.
Yay.
Everybody wins. None of you picked a body of water that borders. That's great. You guys are so clever. All right. Which of the following styles of cooking is most associated with the city that care forgot? Do you want me to do this? Okay. She said it. Do you know which? I'm gonna do the list. Okay. All right, here we go. And the options are Creole, French, Cajun, or Southern. Which of the following styles of cooking is most associated with the city that care forgot? Creole, French, Cajun, or Southern?
I'll say Cajun just to be different because they add a lot of spices.
I'll say Southern because I can pretend as a Canadian that I don't know nothing about Southern cooking.
I think I'm going to go with Creole.
All right. And Alethea, it's okay if you're having tech problems. You just come and go as you need to.
I'll just
At least she
smile.
glitched pretty. I'm always like,
agreed. Alethea, if you can hear us, you look beautiful. Okay. Yes. Do you have an answer? You're moving. I see movement. Okay. All right. I'll take that as a no. But I think the correct answer is, I'm going to check it just to make sure. It is Creole.
Yay.
Yay. Yay. That was a good question. All right. Maybe kind of think of some dumber reasons to make it more funny. I don't know.
Okay.
Which of the following generals led U.S. forces in the Battle of New Orleans? Which of the following generals? Was it Zachary Taylor, Winfield Scott, William Henry Harrison, or Andrew Jackson?
Jackson.
Why?
Because I learned it in history and I paid attention.
I was going to say the same thing, and that's not a good answer or a funny one, but
because the teacher that I had would act like whoever he was teaching us about, and he scared me sometimes. He was a great teacher, but like
scared into her.
yeah. I don't know if I'm right or not. I think I'm right.
Does anybody else want to give it a go?
Thing, and so did Otis. So.
No, it's okay. And I know that we've kind of gone over our time. So Rachelle, you are correct. It is Andrew Jackson.
Yay.
And was Chrissy or whoever else said that. So kudos to that teacher. I'll ask one more question. All right. And then we will say goodbye. Which of the following jazz greats did not hail from the Crescent City? Was it B.B. King, Pete Fountain, Louis Armstrong, or Al Hirt? They did not hail.
My guess is B.B. King. I don't think he was from there.
Yeah. I'm going B.B. King.
I was going to go with Armstrong.
No, man, he's from NOLA.
I had to be different. I can't be the same as all of you.
You needed to come up with a ridiculous reason, though.
Right.
Are named after Louis Armstrong. So.
Right.
It is. The answer is it is B.B. King. He did not. There we go. Melissa knew. All right. He did not come from the Crescent City. I didn't know that New Orleans had so many nicknames. You know?
No kidding.
I didn't either.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're gonna find out. There's a lot of places to.
Yes, we are. First of all, our time came very quickly, but I definitely want to respect it. I want to say thank you to everybody who joined us on this panel tonight. I look forward to meeting each of you. I know Rachelle does too. And I did a lot of talking. I'm sorry. Mel and Melissa, thank you so much for tuning in. And Rachelle's mom as well. She always watches. We always have one person watching. Rachelle's mom for every show. Thank you, Marianne.
Thank you, Rachelle's mom. Thank you.
Yes.
I think
and remember,
from ISTE.
Yes, the first person who comes and shares that they watch this live gets this $25 American Express card. We will see you guys in NOLA. Rachelle, if you need to jump off, feel free to. But before I say goodbye, I always like for our guests to share one more thing if you have something on your mind that you'd like to share. So I want to give you that opportunity as well. Does anybody have anything they'd like to share?
Just want to say thanks. And can't wait to see you guys. Come play with some STEM products.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
And I'll just say, sorry, I was cutting in and out in between. Apparently, wine region Wi-Fi is not so great, so my apologies.
We can't have everything.
We can't have everything. I know we try, but really, truly, just like be open to meeting amazing people and making those connections, making notes, because it will be a lot. But take a deep breath and soak it all in, because it is just such a fabulous community of people that come together, and we're all looking forward to seeing you in person or online if you're not able to be at ISTE. So thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for having us. It's so great to meet all of you. I can't wait to see you in person in New Orleans.
Yes, and don't forget, we will all be together in one place on Monday night on a co-sponsored happy hour. And I dropped the link. You can RSVP to make sure that you have a spot. We can't wait to meet you. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you at ISTE.
See you next week.
Look for Otis.